Tally ho! I looked the wrong way. I looked at my microphone instead of the camera then for a second then, because I'm a dumbass. But tally ho, my name's KingFishOcean, also known as It's Ocean, and welcome back to more Butterfly Soup 2. I am loving this game so far. I really loved the first one as well, so it's absolutely not a shock at all that I'm enjoying this as well. In the last episode, Akasha actually developed a crush on Noelle, which was super interesting. Tried to confess, it went a little bit weird for a second, and it kind of got Akasha too much into her head, and she was like, oh, and like floundering and panicking, and now she's worried and thinking Noelle probably doesn't like her and stuff. But then she received a bouquet of flowers that's probably from Dia, trying to help her out or whatever, but I guess we'll find out. And then we finished that chapter and we switched over to Dia. So when I'm playing as Dia, Min and Jun wait at the horseshoe for the... Oh, right, the road ship. For their parents to pick them up from school. I think this is in the past, by the way. Oh, hell yeah, the Arthur shirt's back. Every day when you're walking down the street, everybody that you meet has an original point of view. I just touched my microphone, but I said, hey, what a wonderful time today. Okay, the music and me singing is clashing in my head, and I feel like I'm trying to speed up to match the music by accident. Why does it always take Mom so long to get here? I'm so hungry I would even eat a pizza with pineapple. Mom should just let us walk home ourselves. It'd be way faster. Especially if she buys us Heelys. But if you did that, I'd have to wait for my mom alone, and I'd be so bored. Oh, I thought of that already. We could chat on walkie-talkies like I'm rolling away on my Heelys while I'm rolling away. That sounds fun. The three of them peer down the horseshoe with a long line of cars, hoping to catch sign of their rides. I just noticed my caps lock was on, so I'm just checking to make sure I didn't fuck up the recording somehow. My mom's car is tan-colored. They should make cars in better colors, like sky blue or pink. I agree! Both fantastic colors. Yeah, I bet if they did, they'd sell a lot more. It's because adults are boring and have bad taste. They should sell cars with pictures of dolphins on them. Everyone would want one. Dia perks up as a beige Toyota drives into the horseshoe, but it's the wrong model. Did you hear about Barry Bonds? He's in trouble because he did steroids. What are steroids? They're drugs that make you really buff. It's cheating. I don't see why. I don't see why they don't let you use them. They're so good, everyone should use steroids because they're fucked up. They can fuck you right up. Baseball would be even more fun if everyone was super strong and super fast. It'd be like an anime. Suddenly, Min jolts upright and shouts as the silver sedan pulls up the curb. I see our car! Bye, Dia! Heat rushes to Dia's face as Min hugs her tightly before dashing off. Bye! Wait, that car has a side thingy under the door that ours doesn't have. Min flings the car passenger side open, revealing a stranger inside. Who the fuck are you? Min hastily slams the car door shut and stamps back to Dia and Jun, who are both wheezing with laughter. That was the wrong car. I told you. Dia, I think your car is over there, though. Huh? Oh, thanks. Bye for real this time. See you tomorrow. As Dia buckles up. Why does this look like an English road? I'm confused. I thought this was meant to be in America, or did the creator just have to get like a random image, so they found like the first image of like a nearby road? Like this area looks like somewhere near where I live, and that's just really weird to me. As Dia buckles up in her mum's sedan, she peers out the window, smiling a little as she sees Min's face waving frenetically at her outside. How was your day at school? Okay. We had to write about an invention we'd make in class today. Dia is like Clementine. She's had that hat for so many years and refuses to stop wearing it, which I respect. What did you invent? A better bed that makes it so stuffed animals can never accidentally roll off it. Thought of it because last night while I was sleeping, Horny fell off on the floor. I don't like that it's called Horny. Horny? Who's that? My cow plushie. It's one of Snaky's older brothers. He was all cold and alone for hours and I didn't know. Maybe you should give Horny a different name like Moo Moo. Me and you, Amma. Me and you. Wavelengths. Why? It'll be hard for him to get used to that. You must have the most loved stuffed animals in the entire world. What else did you do at school? Tried to take an accelerated reader quiz on the boxcar children book I read. But I accidentally clicked the wrong book, so it made me take a quiz of a book that I'd never read before. Didn't let you quit out? That's just bad design. Yeah, my classmates all try to help me, though. Hayden read the book a year ago, but he really couldn't remember anything. So even with everybody's help, I got a 2 out of 10. Oh no! Mr. Armstrong said he wouldn't count it in my grade, though. For my grade, though. That's a relief. The boy waving at you earlier, was that Hayden, the classmate who helped you? Oh, you mean Min? She's not a boy. Huh? The one wearing a hoodie? Yeah, she's a girl. It's to your surprise, Mum wrinkles her nose in disgust. That was a girl? She's a freak. I will... Alright, we're not on the same wavelength, Emma. I'ma come down the... I'ma throw hands. I'ma throw hands for my girl Min, okay? You leave Min alone. You should make friends with more normal girls. Huh? That's not very nice. Adia took that so much to heart that she dated Min in the future. Fuck you, Mom. Power. Power move from Dia right there. But it's true, she looks like a boy. Stay away from her, or you'll catch it too. It's not a fucking disease. Oh god, I hate people. I hate ignorant, stupid, dumbass people. Catch what? It's not like she has a disease. I'm too young to understand. Only freaks look like that. It's bad to judge people by what they look like. You don't even know her. She's really nice to me. I don't need to know her. There's clearly something wrong with her. I want to throw Amma out of a window. She's only acting nice because she has impure thoughts towards you. What? What's that supposed to mean? You know, she has problems. I can tell it. I can tell her and she'll fix them. We're friends, so she'll listen to me. You can't change people, especially not weirdos like that. The only person who's not changing here is a fucking weirdo is you, Amma. They're bad, they're bad. It's a waste of time to try. If you can't change people, then how can she change me into looking like a boy? Wait, what? If you can't change people, how can she change me into looking like a boy? I don't get that. You can't have it both ways. You're normal, so you have to stay away from weirdos like that. But it's good being weird. Normal is fucking overrated and boring. Be you, you know? Fuck what other people think out there. So long as you're not hurting anybody, be you, you know? At the end of the day. Just be nice, be a good person. That's all you need to do. Like, Christ. Be understanding and have some fucking empathy, unlike Amma over here. I don't care, she's my friend. No, you can't be friends with her anymore. If I see you talking to her again, you're in big trouble. So Dia took that to heart and kissed Min in the future. I don't remember if we've had another scene with her. Or is that what's going to happen now? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Cute scenes, let's go. Pog. Min pushes Dia back against the locker room wall, kissing her again and again. Wow, this is great. They break apart, both panting for air. Yeah, I've been there before. Where you make out like so much, you're like, oh my god, why do we keep doing this? We need to stop, like for a second. And then you just end up making out again, and then you end up almost, both of you feel like you're gonna fucking pass out. Pleasant shiver runs down Dia's spine as Min grins sharply at her. Oh, you like this, don't you? There is such a power movement going on here. Min is obviously like, I was going to say top, bottom and stuff, but like, I actually am not sure if I'd be getting those phrases right, so I'd rather not jump into that just in case I mess it up. Dia is too embarrassed to admit it, so she just nods, her cheeks blazing. I need words from my girlfriend. I need my girlfriend to do this to me. Just push me up against a wall and just be like, you like this, do you? And I'll be like, yes, mommy, basically. Like, hell yeah. You don't need to be shy. It's just me. I feel like I absolutely can't say it out loud, though. Sorry. Min presses a kiss to her cheek and whispers in her ear, voice low. Dia can feel her smiling, her breath warm on her cheek. It's okay. You're so cute when you're like this. I almost can't stand it. It's so surreal dating a friend you've had a crush on forever. Sometimes I get scared that us getting together was just a dream. When I wake up, we'll be just friends again. But it's real. Somehow a miracle happened, and now I'm her girlfriend. Min holds Dia's hand as they wait for their rides home. Ah, parallels. I like it. No one knows about us except the baseball team club, and maybe the workers at the dessert place we had our first date at. So we end up kissing in the locker room a lot because the lockers block the view and you can hear it if other people walk in. But it's still fun. I love spending time with Min. It's their special place. She can almost even make me forget I have a presentation tomorrow in biology. Assignments that make you talk in front of the class should be outlawed. Preach, sister! Preach! I hate that shit. What's wrong? You look worried about something. You can tell? Of course I can. What kind of girlfriend would I be if I couldn't even tell if something was bothering you? You're like a mind reader. Psychic, even. Nah, I just know you. You get all tense and quiet. So what's up? Someone's bothering you, well, fucking kill him, no questions asked. You probably should at least take one or two questions, ask one or two questions. Killing people is wrong. Okay, then if someone is bothering you, I'll be really mean to them or something. So who is it? It isn't anyone. It's just that my group presentation is tomorrow in biology. Oh, that PowerPoint you've been working on with Akasha and Noel. Dia nods. We're supposed to elaborate on what we put into our slides. But I get so nervous in front of everyone that I just blank out. What's there to be nervous about? You get all the stuff, don't you? Even if I know all the facts in my head, I can't improvise at all. It's hard to string words together on the spot. Mood. I always have to write out everything I'm gonna say word for word beforehand and memorize it. I can't even do that, because as soon as I get put under that pressure again, all the words just jump straight out of my head, and I'm like, ugh! So, yeah, shit sucks. The conversation is cut abruptly short when a beige sedan turns the corner into the school. My mom's here! She picks me up after the baseball club if it ends late enough for it to be done with work. I'll hide. Bye. I thought that was going to be one of those situations where Min was going to want Dia to be upfront about them, and then Dia was going to be a bit embarrassed because of, like, being around her mum or whatever, or something, and act a bit aloof, and maybe that would cause a bit of friction between them, but I guess not. I guess not. It's good to see that they understand the situation, at least. Min roughly pulls Dia close for one last kiss before dashing out of sight. Dia tries to slow her shaky breathing to a normal pace. I'm calm. I need to look normal. Dia gets uncharacteristically clumsy after making out with Min, like a dog who's still woozy after surgery. She staggers over to her mum's car as it pulls up to the curb. I'm scared of how my mom will react as she finds out I'm talking to Min again, letting alone that I'm dating her, and we make out in the locker room. So it's a secret for now. Back to England. It's a long drive to their school. They have to drive to a completely different country. Dee reaches for the door handle, misses, and slams her hand directly into the side of the car. What's the matter with you? Nothing. Dia hastily pulls the door open and gets into the passenger seat, trying to look natural. How's your day at school? Okay. On the radio, a woman sings to a catchy beat. I'm curious for you, caught my attention. Caught my attention. I'm curious for you, caught my attention. Caught my attention, boy, I'm curious for you. I'm curious for you. Oh, it's Katy Perry. I kissed a girl and I liked it, the taste of her cherry chapstick. I kissed a girl just to try it. I hope my mother don't mind it. It felt so wrong, it felt so right. Maybe I'm in love tonight. Well, I can't. Alright, enough of that. What? Did she really just say that? Yep. Is she allowed to say that on the radio? It doesn't break any laws or anything? Dia shifts uncontrollably in her seat as her mum frowns at the lyrics. Kiss the girl? What kind of terrible song is this? Homophobe! I will throw a fucking book at you in a minute. Disgusted, Dia's mum changes the station. You know in the movies superheroes have to hide their identities to their families? I'm doing that in real life all the fucking time. The other day I saw Akasha and her mum at Safeway. She was so outgoing. She even told me about the biology project you're working on together. Didn't even know you were doing a project until Akasha said so. Just checking my recording real quick. Why can't you be more like her? I like knowing things about you. If Akasha was her daughter, she'd disown her for being bi. No wonder I associate with Akasha. Let's go by pride. Pog champ. Not that she'd know that. I never really know how to fill the silence when I'm with my mom. I don't know what I can talk about with her. She really loves me, but she comes from such a different bullshit time and ugly culture that talking to her feels kind of unpredictable. The culture of homophobia, I mean. Sometimes she'll surprise me by getting upset over something I didn't expect would cause problems at all. So my safest bet most of the time is just to stay quiet. It's annoying how she's raised me to be afraid of talking, yet expects me to magically turn out like a child who's raised normally. Some asshole parents just be like that, unfortunately. That night, Dia tosses and turns in bed, anxious about her presentation the next day. Wish I could time travel to this time tomorrow after the presentation is already over. I've had that thought as well many a time. I need to stop thinking about this. It's making my mind race. Can't relax enough to sleep. Dia checks her alarm clock. It's midnight already. Ugh, I need to wake up at 7 tomorrow. I need to fall asleep right now or else I'll get less than 7 hours of sleep. Why am I somehow every character in this game? I don't get it. Just not female, obviously. But yeah. Because I need at least 7 hours of sleep, otherwise I won't function properly. 6 hours if I've had good sleep the previous night. 6 hours I can manage, but I'll be a bit drowsy. I'll be a little bit like, to a degree. But I can be fine. I can be okay. Anything less than that, God no, I am a zombie. I might as well be a Cranberry song, because I'll be a zombie. Anyway. Imagine being hugged by Min. That's cute. It's times when I can't sleep, I fantasize that Min is hugging me and saying nice things to me. Usually this works. Dia hugs herself with one arm and squeezes her eyes shut. Min is holding me really close, and telling me I'm gonna fall asleep in her arms. And she's stroking my side with her hand. Hands. Primates have hands too. And their thumbs are opposable like pandas' thumbs. These similar features are called structures. Shoot, I started thinking about the presentation again. Forget the presentation, just think about Min. Min is holding me really tight and saying really nice things to me. And we're all alone together, it's just the two of us. We can make it if we try, just the two of us. Dia and Min. Two birds and bats are two groups that evolve flight independently. Oh, for God's sakes. Dia keeps trying to imagine Min comforting her without getting sidetracked, but after an hour, she's more awake and frustrated than ever. So much anxious energy pent up in my body, I feel like running a marathon. Maybe if we release all that energy, I can finally doze off. Frantically starts doing sit-ups in bed. After a few sets, she switches to doing jumping jacks in the middle of her room. Yeah, become tired. After several minutes of frenzied exercise, Dia lies back down in bed, her heart pounding. Hopefully that didn't just make me even more awake. It probably did. Dia wearily checks her clock again. It's 2 in the morning! I need to fall asleep right now so I can at least get 5 hours of sleep. Dia ends up lying awake for a few more hours. Just as the sun starts coming up, she loses consciousness from sheer exhaustion. After what feels like a few minutes, her alarm goes off. Hits all of her alarms or even bothering to open her eyes. I don't feel rested at all, I got barely any sleep. Her morning routine includes lying in bed for 10 minutes thinking about how tired she is. Mood. Just do it! No. I'm so anxious, I feel like I'm gonna explode. I don't have biology till 5th period. I'm just gonna be stewing in dread for hours. Oh, that's even worse. At least then if it's like 1st period, you can get it over and done with. You can just get it over and done with, and then be like, oh, and then all that tension is gone, and you just get on with the rest of your day. But, oh, having it like so late into the day, that sucks. 10 minutes pass like this. Finally, Dia drags herself out of bed and steels herself the terrifying day ahead. Caution messaged me. That normally means that she's on her way to my house. Hey, Dia! Okay. Oh my god, Dia's profile picture is amazing. What is that? I googled Dia the Hedgehog, that's what came up. Dia's gone offline. I could check some normal on a day like this. Wish I was outgoing and good at talking like her. I am a mixture of Akasha and Dia. This is wild. I think the only character, actually I say that I my all the characters. I don't currently associate, relate as much with Min and Noelle. But I relate a hell of a lot with Dia and Akasha. Not on the homophobia, the homophobic mum issue or whatever, but being struggling to do things socially and stuff like that. Whereas Akasha, I'm everything else about Akasha is me, apparently. Dia goes outside. Yo, there's that sweet ass jumper again, or jacket, or whatever it is. I think it's a jacket, actually. Ready to blow everyone out of the water over an amazing group presentation? No. Dia nervously strides off, forcing Akasha to jog to keep up with her. Hey, hold your horses! What is this, Red Dead Redemption 2? Slow down, some of us have average length legs, you know. Miss Longlegs. Mrs. Long-legged McDaddy. Don't call me that. You're so cold to me, bro. I'm dying here. Come on. Why would you die if you can't call me Daddy Longlegs, weirdo? So dark and cloudy today. Oh, wrong one. So dark and cloudy today. I think it's gonna rain. I like Akasha's bag just from that image. That looks fucking sweet. I love a good colourful bag. Hey, dear. What do you think? I wish real life had captions like on TV. No clue what anyone's ever saying to me. What? What do pig fly sky? What? What do you think happens when you die? Oh wait, sorry, I forgot about your ear. Oh yeah. I think Dia is like partially deaf, or maybe deaf on one ear, and I just remembered that. My right ear is actually my bad ear, so I have this same situation. The amount of times that me and Jess like walking down the street, just like going somewhere, and she'll say, "Oh yeah, did you see that thing on this thing on Twitter last night?" And I'm like, "What?" It's because she's on my right side, so she'll usually go, "Oh wait, what?" And she'll be like, "Oh yeah, your ear, okay." And then she switches to the other side, like moves to the other side, or I switch with her. And it's like, oh, this is too relatable. Did I make this game somehow? Am I secretly a really good game designer? What happened? Akasha switches to Dia's other side so she can hear her over the sound of traffic. What do you think happens to a Teletubby when its screen gets destroyed? That's a good question, Akasha. I wouldn't expect anything less from you. It dies. Like punching it in the heart or something. Damn, that's dark. You asked. Oh no, screens are so fragile though. Is that important? You'd think the Teletubbies would evolve a ribcage or something to protect it. But they can't. They wouldn't be able to see what's on the screen if they were covered. Must be like why our eyes don't have bones over them even though they're so delicate. Won't be able to see. Huh, you might be onto something there. You should become a scientist. A Teletubby scientist. I doubt the world really needs a Teletubby scientist. I want it to be a job though. That'd be great. Steve and Akasha arrive at school. Dia feels something cold and wet drop onto her shoulder. From the sound of it, I think it's a burger. A burger landed on her shoulder. Yep. Ah, it's raining. Ah, I was this close. Ah, I'm heading inside. Akasha scurries off as the rain picks up. Soon torrents of water are pelting the ground. Still need to get my things from my locker. Alright, well, let's go do that real quick then. Is that soap? What is that at the bottom right? Noelle is hunched over in front of the shared locker and frowning at its contents. Good morning. Need to remove our books from the locker or they get soaked in the rain. Oh no. Won't the roof overhang block it? No, look at it. The wind's blowing the rain inward. Yeah, we're even getting damp standing here right now. Dia takes a mini travel umbrella from her backpack and opens it. As Dia diligently holds it over the two of them, Noelle holds her daily water bottle out to her without looking. Hey, can you open this water bottle, please? Sure. Dia holds the umbrella with one hand and grabs the water bottle with the other. I don't have enough hands to open it. Dia carefully balances the water bottle on top of Noelle's head as she continues pulling her library books from her locker. Dia grips the bottle's cap with her index finger and thumb while pressing the bottle down on Noelle's head with the rest of her hand. She manages to twist it open without spilling any of the water. Ha! I'm pretty proud of myself for pulling that off. Impressive. She closes the cap and gives it back to Noelle as she slots the last of her novels into her book bag. Thank you. Finished rescuing all my water-sensitive items, so I guess it's your turn. Dia peers into her and Noelle's shared locker. Oh, the rosin! Right, this is rosin for stringing instruments. First time Noelle showed it to me, I tried to eat it. God damn it. Why do you have this anyway? Sorry about my cough. You only play piano. It's the same kind that Akasha uses. She plays the cello in her orchestra class. Whenever she drops and cracks the one she's using, she leaves it in her locker and I secretly replace it with an identical copy. I ship it so much. How do you even get it into her locker? I figured out her locker combination. Can she tell it's just new rosin? Nah, I always scratch up the top and make it look worn so it looks identical to the one she dropped. This is actually the third one. I'm moving my microphone right now and just checking everything is good. Because you have to do that when you're doing content creation sometimes. Anyway. By now she's convinced her rosin has self-healing abilities. Well, it goes to such lengths just to mess with Akasha sometimes. To be fair, so does Akasha, so don't really know what to make of it. Alright, get the school stuff. Dia slips her books and binders into her backpack. What's that? Valentine's Day card. It's the Valentine's Day card Min made for me this year. Every time I see it, I feel happy. Still haven't taken that home? Oh yeah, she wouldn't be able to. I'm paranoid my parents will find out if I do. Min said a lot of stuff in it. Even if she were a boy, I don't think they'd be okay with it. Min's just like, your girl. Boobies. Just saying. That's what Min's saying. I can read that card with my mind right now. I know that Min is after that. Min, that is exactly what Min is after, right? What am I talking about? I see. Guess I have to move it out of the locker or it gets soaked and wrinkly, though. Dia carefully slips it into her binder's inside pocket. Why do I feel like she's going to forget that she has it and take it home? Speaking of Valentine's Day, how's Akasha's investigation of her secret admirer going? Awful, and by that I mean wonderful. She's utterly lost. Her list of suspects includes a random guy in our history class, a sophomore that she's never uttered a word to before, and even the lunch lady who once gave her 2 slices of pizza that were stuck together instead of one. Hell yeah, that sounds like good shit. Wow. We really can keep this up every Valentine's Day without her realizing it's us. Knew it. Yes, as long as we don't accidentally let it slip at some point. So technically, Noelle did get her flowers. Technically. Anyway, lunchbox. Out of curiosity, Dia checks what Noelle has for lunch today. Rice porridge. Noelle really likes this. I shouldn't eat it though. I don't have much of an appetite today anyway. Deep in the lunchbox is also a Ziploc bag of neatly peeled apple slices. Thoughtful of your mum to do that. Do what? Peel the apple and slice it. Most people just eat them whole. Guess she has to show me she loves me somehow. Since she lacks the emotional maturity to communicate it through words, she's left to express it through actions. Funny, sounds like someone else I know. Are you insinuating I'm the same as her? Maybe. Wish I could deny it. Did your mother do that thing too, where after you have an argument, instead of apologizing, she just silently leaves you a plate of fruit to eat? Thought it was just my mom that did that. Must be an immigrant mother thing. Alright. Sure. Ready to head to class when you are. Wish I could just head home and go to bed. Mood. Huh. This is is that meant to happen? The rain effect is kind of cutting off on the bottom of the screen. That might have been an oversight. I don't know. And there's like something down here that I can see as well. But anyway, go to class. Yeah, I don't think we need to use the locker again, so. Dia loves the sound of rain when she's indoors, especially the drum of water on metal. That is a good noise, I'll admit. Unfortunately, today she's so consumed with dread over her presentation, she's totally unable to enjoy it. The next few hours pass in a sleep-deprived haze. It's fine, just pass out during one of your other classes. Dia's stomach churns with dread as she finally walks into a biology class. It's here, the period of doom. Meanwhile, at the period of doom. To her surprise, she finds Min leaning against her desk, waiting for her. Why are you here? You're about to do your presentation, right? Thought I'd swing by and try and pump you up for it. Hell yeah, Min. Oh, thanks. How do you feel? I'm so nervous, my stomach hurts, and I'm so tired. You even forgot to eat my gummy vitamins this morning. Each day, Dia looks forward to eating 2 gummy vitamins. They are pretty fucking good. Min gives her hand a reassuring squeeze. It'll be okay, you're gonna kill it. You're so cute, there's no way the teacher can give you a bad grade. If the teacher really graded like that, he'd be in jail. That's a good point. If I were in charge, I'd give you an A. Anything I can do to help. An A+, please. Thank you, Min. God. Can I have a hug and a kiss? Yeah, of course. Won't people see, though? It's an emergency. Min's face lights up and she eagerly envelops Dia in a tight, warm hug. Min pulls her in for a kiss, but Dia rears back when she smells cigarette smoke on her breath. Oh, because Dia's so tall when she doesn't want Min to kiss her, all she has to do is stand up straight. Yuck. Are you smoking again? Yep, I have dated a smoker before. That shit ain't pleasant. Huh? Yeah. You really should stop. It's really bad for you. Didn't you ever see a DARE presentation in elementary school? They came to my class and it was so scary I pledged not to do drugs or peer pressure ever. You don't think it looks badass? No. Dare to resist drugs and violence. How'd you even start doing it anyway? Back in Florida. Flirted. I mostly hung out with a group of guys who smoked. We'd set things on fire and do other dangerous shit like that. Really glad she's over here with me now. Those guys aren't here anymore, so why keep doing it? It was a pain to get the cigarettes in the first place, since stores won't sell them to people under 18. It was like a waste not to use them. I thought it'd make me look hot. You look hot when your hair's all messed up from kissing me. Just do that instead. Not when your mouth tastes bad and I can't even kiss you. Noelle scowls as she sits back down at her desk. You're seriously still smoking? You need to get your life in order. Alright, Noelle. Going for the jugular. I don't need to hear that from you, too. I don't even do it that often. Aren't you going to be tardy for your class? The bell is gonna ring in like a minute. Ah, shit. I better run. Go. I'll live. Hopefully. Hopefully not. That's what I would say in that situation. Tell me how it goes later. Like, I would be like, oh, presentation, huh? If a meteor could just crush me this very moment when I have to do this presentation. Min sprints off. Seconds later, the bell rings. And now I'm scared a meteor's gonna fucking crush me. Knock on wood, knock on wood. I meant as a joke. Universe, don't do it. Oh, my nose is itchy now. It just made my nose itchy instead as revenge. You know what? Fair enough, Will. Fair enough, I deserve that. Do you think she made it? I couldn't care less. Min is so cool, but I hope she stops smoking. Say people don't change, but I hope that's not true. People do change. This is what I hate. It's a weird thing. People will judge other people based on a few circumstances. That's why you sometimes get issues with racism, where it's like, someone was like did like a terrorist attack. So then people go, well, obviously everybody like that is exactly like that. No, that's not how that works. People are so fucking different from one another, while also kind of being the same. There's a lot of people out there who will never change and will probably always be assholes their entire life or whatever, but there are people out there who thrive on change and keep changing and develop and change all the time. I'm a completely different person from who I was when I was a teenager, and I'll probably be a completely different person in 10 years' time. You know? Hopefully I'll be good at least. I don't want to like turn into a fucking asshole all the time, but you know. It's too sad if it is. As another group starts presenting at the front of the class, Dia wipes her clammy palms. Palms are sweaty. Vomit on the sweater already. Mom's spaghetti. Whatever. Oh no, honey. We're gonna get called up any minute now. Dia, please try not to panic. When you're not speaking, you can hide behind me if you have to. Just don't bolt off. Okay, no promises. Can I hide behind you too? No. No fair. How come Dia gets to, but not me? There's no reason for you to. Well, we'll look like we're doing those dances where everyone's standing behind one person and waving their arms. Yeah, and it'd be cool. You'd better not do that. You'd better not do that horrendous British accent. Why not? It'll be a hit. More like a hit on our grade. Accents are a proper example of divergent evolution. We need stuff to spice up our presentations. Try it in the Sahara Desert. So this is a biology project, not a circus performance. Well, I, for one, was looking forward to juggling on a fucking unicycle. God damn it, Noelle. Before Noelle can press the cash any further, the first group finishes their presentation to scattered applause. Alright, it's our turn. Come on, Dia, let's do this. Dia feels like she's having an out-of-body experience. That's partially the lack of sleep and partially the nerves and stress. And, follows Noelle and Akash to the front of the class. As Noelle brings up their PowerPoint on the computer, Dia hides behind her and nervously looks out to the class, at the class sitting before them. Should have worn clothes that blended in with the classroom better so no one could see me. Like beige coloured. Should have thought of that earlier. And then like paint your face beige and paint like your hands beige and just blend in with the wall. Camouflage. It's over. It's curtains for me. Hello everyone, we've been tasked with reviewing the patterns of macroevolution. The audience begins to nod off as soon as Noelle flicks to the slide with an essay crammed onto it in 10.4. Font size, I assume? Let's begin with the obvious question. What is macroevolution? To understand this, we must first consider 2 hours later. By the time Noelle is done droning through her last tome of a slide, half the classroom is asleep. Akasha shakes her head and sighs as she clicks to her first slide. It opens with a little illustration of a finch's head. Alright, bitches, listen up. Divergent evolution, yo. And explode. Fucking goddamn. It's like something I would do. Like, explosion noises. An explosion sound effect plays as 5 more finches of different beak shapes blast onto the screen, jolting their classmates back awake. It's when populations from a common ancestor adapt to different pressures. They become different over time. What do you think of that, bitches? Just like how your average New Yorker talks like this. Different from over here. She just switched it from a British accent. Oh, I missed the British accent. God damn it. To a New York one. Oh well, maybe the teacher will think it's funny. You can let this slide, Noelle. Just hold it in until after the presentation's over. Actually, accents don't count as divergent evolution. New Yorkers aren't another species from us. They're not so different, they can't produce fertile offspring with other humans. But if they keep things up at this rate, that might change. Hey, I'm evolving over here. I'm having your offspring over here. Think about it. Would you reproduce with someone who talks like this? What? I don't even see how that's relevant. Just admit your example is invalid already. Oh yeah? Akasha clicks the mouse. A stock photo from Dream's Time, of a gravestone appears on the slide with a pinwheel transition. What if that was your gravestone? What then? Did you add this to the PowerPoint just to use it as a comeback? The class giggles as Akasha clowns through her slides, but Dia's stomach churns as they stare at the front of the room with renewed interest. I don't want to be here. Wish I could time travel from like 30 minutes from now. And with that, I pass things over to my buddy Dia. I'm passing things over to you here. When Dia doesn't move from her hiding spot behind Noelle, Noelle steps to the side, exposing her to the audience's view. Dia takes a deep, shaky breath before quickly rattling off. My ass hurts so much. I've been sat in this chair too long. She's mentally rehearsed hundreds of times over the past 24 hours. Convergent evolution is the independent evolution of similar traits in species that are only distantly related. For example, giant pandas have 6 fingers and their thumbs are opposable like primate thumbs. These similar features are called analogous structures. After barreling through the slide in a matter of seconds, Dia quickly flips to the next one, her hands shaking from nerves. Anytime I did something like this and I would try and rush through it to try and get through it as quick as possible, the teacher would always go, yeah, sorry, we didn't catch that part of the information. You need to redo it and say it slower. And then it takes twice as long to get through. Why? Another example of convergent evolution are birds and bats. Birds and bats are 2 groups that evolve quite independently. She manages to zoom through the rest of the presentation in about a minute flat. After that, after their classmates give them a tepid round of applause, Dia follows Noelle and Akasha back to her seat in a daze. Well, at least that's over with. It's over! I'm free! See, that wasn't so bad, was it? Actually, it was. I think I'll be quiet for the rest of the day to recover from that. Mood. People who don't have social anxiety will never understand it. And it makes me sad because I wish they would. To Dia's relief, the weather clears up just in time for the baseball club meeting. Gonna check that I'm actually still going? Okay, cool. Sakura goes up to bat and Dia readies herself to catch Min's next pitch. Beside Min's signature knuckler, the only pitch she knows is a fastball. It's pretty mediocre compared to her knuckleball, so she rarely uses it except during practice like this. Didn't they use this in the first game? I'm not sure if this is reused or if this has been touched up a little bit. Touched up the drawing, I mean. Min hurls one of the fastballs to Sakura. Sakura flinches as she gets drilled on the shoulder by the baseball. Ow! Shit, oops. You okay over there? Yeah, I'm good. I don't think that broke anything. Walk it off. At least if there were a game, you'd get to head over to first base as a consolation prize. Wait, so getting hit is like a free pass to first base? It's not free, it hurts! Sakura walks off. Akasha's like, maybe if Noelle hits me with a ball. Walks off, rubbing her shoulder. Akasha eagerly takes her place at the plate. Oh, Min's still throwing down line. Throws the pitch her way. Instead of swinging the bat, Akasha purposely leans in with a grin on her fucking face. Narrowly misses her, and Dia manages to recover from her surprise in time to catch her. The fuck's wrong with you? Becoming a hit by pitch specialist. If I can master getting beamed as much as possible, it'll guarantee that I always make it to first base. Why would you do that instead of just hitting the ball? Hitting the ball is so fun. Hit me. I know you wanna. Stop making this weird. Homophobic hate crime. How dare you? What? The B in LGBT stands for baseball, just saying. Yo, baseball pride. Let's go. Let's go. My team, the semis. Yeah, well, I think the B is for bitch. Having lost her patience, Min beans Akasha on purpose. Ow! You keep this up, the B in LGBT is gonna stand for broken bones. After practice, Dia slings a big equipment bag over each of her shoulders and hauls them back to the locker room. I'm being so helpful. I hope someone notices how many bags I'm carrying. Wow, Dia, you're carrying 2 bags at once. Thank you for helping. Score! Dia happily heads up the hill with a spring in her step. Say, Dia, do you want to watch The Bachelor? Or do you watch The Bachelor? Bewildered, Dia shakes her head. What's that? A show or something? I don't watch much TV except sports, Animal Planet, and the Discovery Channel. Some people talk about movies and shows, I usually don't know any of them. You should try it, we need more people to talk about it with. Mom and I started watching this season and we are obsessed. What's it about? Basically, 30 women try to date the same guy at the same time. Each week, the guy eliminates some of them until finally he proposes to the last one standing. My mom would definitely never watch that with me. She'd be so scandalized. Your mom likes watching shows like that? Yeah, she's the one who got into it first. She spread it to us like a virus, now we're infected too. Way you put it makes it sounds like a zombie apocalypse. They knew I was gonna do that impression. How the fuck? I'm starting to think I somehow made this game in a fever dream, and I just have no recollection of ever making this. Wish I had something like that with my parents. I feel like I have nothing in common with them. Did I try to get you into things they like? No, they tried to force you into having the same fucking morals and views as them. And it's fucking awful. Not really. For instance, I initially got into baseball because my dad as well. Alright, it's no nice way to put this. My dad is really weird. Definitely could have been a nicer way to put that. My dad was into skateboarding, so that was interesting. Whenever he drives, he makes us listen to radio broadcasts of Mariners games. And I don't mean like embarrassing older dad attempting to skateboard. I mean like he'd been doing skating since he was like a teenager, you know? Since he was young, so it was like, whoa. Like, I have a lot of childhood memories of being at skate parks and stuff like that. He used to work at one as well. But yeah. He used to sometimes like pick me up while he was on the board and just like skate around on the flat a bit, and I'd be like, woo, as like a little kid. Shit was great. Whenever he drives, makes us listen to radio broadcasts and Mariners games. Mariners? You're not even from Seattle. Ichiro is an incredible player though. He's a weirdo. The guy only decided to stay in Seattle because his dog told him to. So, I would stay in Seattle if my dog told me to as well. He does grow on you. They're all such strange little guys. I think that's just your Stockholm Syndrome speaking. Who knows, maybe it is. That's for my mom. Her thing is Madonna CDs. I could sing every word of True Blue since kindergarten. Isn't that the first song about a teenage girl not wanting to get an abortion? I didn't say I understood every word. Maybe listening to all that Madonna did something to you as a little kid. Excuse me, what was that? Take it back, I take it back. Liz gets Chrisser into a headlock. What was that? Chris is like, oh, take it back. I have no clue what kind of music my mom even likes. All I know is which song she hates on the radio. She doesn't know what kind of music I like either, or my favorite movie, or favorite color, or anything like that. I've known her my whole life, and we still don't even know basic facts about each other. It's so sad. I want to have a good relationship with my parents, too. Starting to fucking understand Deer even more. Once again, my parents were not homophobic, I just had a very problematic childhood. Dee listens to her teammates chat, she changes out of her baseball uniform.
God, don't look at my hairy legs! I haven't shaved for like 2 days. Shave that often? I just do it when it starts looking gnarly. Your hair's not all coarse and gross like mine. I have to do it every other day or I'll start looking like a gorilla. Girls are supposed to shave?
Unfortunately, it's considered a rule, but I don't think it should. Shit's fucking bullshit. It should be a choice, you know?
I just wondered why no one's leg hair is really obvious except for mine. That must be the secret.
Good thing I'm wearing long pants to cover up my legs. Suddenly self-conscious, Dia inspects her and her. Even my arm hair is pretty obvious. My hair's just all really thick and dark. What the fuck? There's even hair on my fingers. Is that normal? Maybe everyone's secretly judging me when they see it. Doesn't seem like they are. Don't you worry, Dia. Don't you worry. After the club meeting, Dia gets into her mum's car with renewed determination. How's your day at school?
I hate you so much. I hate you so much. I despise you, lady. I despise you.
Okay. Did the presentation go well? I think so. Just glad it's over, really. When I grow up, I'm gonna find a job where I never have to talk to people. Preach! Preach! The only person I have to talk to while I'm doing recording is myself, as weird as that sounds. Dia's mum smiles knowingly and shakes her head. I'm the same way. I'm embarrassed of my accent and it makes phone calls so scary. Talking to workers in stores makes me so nervous too. Me too. I wish we could just write questions on a piece of paper and they have to write their answer back too. Yes, it'd be the best if you could just slip the paper through an opening in the wall so they don't even know what you look like. Wow, I'm enjoying talking to my mom? What the fuck? I guess it's only natural that we have some things in common. I forget that sometimes. She used to do long distance running in India. She always encouraged me to play sports because it was good for my health. Maybe I can ask her about something else that's been bothering me. Emboldened by her success, Dia speaks up as they speak of that. Can you get razors next time you go shopping? Razors? What for? Who are you cutting? To shave, I guess. My leg hair is like really long. Dia's heart sinks as her mum wrinkles her nose with distaste. Don't do it. Shave will make the hair grow back thicker and darker. That doesn't sound true. Pretty sure that's a myth. No, it is true. Shaving's a terrible idea. But all the other girls at school are doing it. That's because it's Christian culture. Our family doesn't follow those rules. I fucking hate the fact that I'm agreeing with her mum for once. On the Christian culture thing, I mean. Or just Christian cult, as I prefer to call it. No offense if you are a Christian, by the way. There are genuinely really nice Christians out there that I have met before. But you need to also understand that there's a lot of evil within Christianity as well. Like Christ, especially in America. Well, at least from what I know. But yeah. Why do you want to shave so bad anyway? You try to show yourself off to boys? No? You're too young. Who is it for? Do you have a boyfriend? No, I have a girlfriend. She's called Min. Sorry, I mean, what? Are you sure? Look at me. Good thing I can actually answer this honestly. I'm not lying. I don't have a boyfriend. Her mum scrutinizes Dia's face for a moment before turning away, seemingly satisfied. Good, because you need to focus on school. The right time to date is in college. That's when you'll be able to find a nice boy who meets all the requirements. Yeah, about that. Requirements? What requirements? Big dick. Big dick. You know, just the regular ones. Someone who's Hindu like us, doesn't smoke. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know they were Hindu. That's cool. That's interesting. Doesn't smoke and has high income. I don't know what. I've just realised that. Yeah, I forgot what it's called now. Is it a bindi? I think. I'm not sure. That makes sense now. I don't know why my dumbass thought they were Muslim. But now it makes sense. Is Akasha also Hindu? Because her mum was like, what is this, Diwali? So, I don't know. Anyway. And has high income. Yeah, I definitely can't tell her about Min then. What if I wanted to date someone different, like a non-Indian person? No, a white person wouldn't understand our culture. I mean, I would say you'd be surprised, but she's actually kind of right about some of that. Plus, whites do drugs and don't know how to save money. Hey! You might be right about the second one, but I don't do any drugs, okay? Fuck you. I've only had a weed cookie one time, okay? And that shit was like an out-of-body experience. It was actually pretty fucking dope. I literally, it hit me on my way home and I stood in the middle of like, on the sidewalk, just like... What the fuck? Anyway, don't do drugs, kids. Or this, if you're watching this as a kid, you shouldn't be watching it anyway, because these videos are not marked as not for kids. But I'm not gonna grass on you, because I know sometimes cheeky kids will watch other channels. But I'm not here to be a snitch, but you shouldn't be watching this. Just saying. Just remember, no BMWs, no... What do you mean, no BMWs? Oh, right. Spelling it out. Jesus fucking Christ. That's so racist. I don't want to know what she thinks of Korean people. What you want is unrealistic. How can you immigrate to a country where the less than 1% of the population then expect me to marry the way that you did in India? Got him. It's not unrealistic. My friend Himaja's daughter did it. You don't know less pretty or smart than she is. You can find a way to. It's not that easy. I can't control who I fall in love with. If I fall in love with someone who doesn't match your criteria, I'm not going to turn them away just for you. Yes, dear. Yes, dear. Fucking tell her. No, that's not right. If you marry a waste fellow, what will other people think? Who fucking cares? Who fucking cares? There are too many people, especially in the older generations, that care too much about what the community thinks. Oh, the shock. Clutch my pearls. And it's like, I don't give a flying fuck what they think. You know? It's like the amount of times, I love my grandma, don't get me wrong, but I remember, like, there have been times, like, before I dyed my hair bright blue. There was that period of time, I have videos where I had that hair colour on this channel from the past. I'll probably do it again at some point as well, I really liked that colour. And when I first saw my grandma, she was, like, staring at my hair and was like, what the hell have you done to your hair? You look awful, Ocean. And I was like, here we fucking go. And I was like, no, I don't look awful, Grandma. It's just that you've been conditioned to think that certain things are taboo or wrong, when in reality, you've been basically brainwashed into thinking that. And I'm not going to blame you for it, because it's just the way that your generation grew up, unfortunately. But me having blue hair, there's nothing wrong with that. And she was like, but what are people going to think, though? And I was like, who are these people? Well, you know, family and friends. I'm like, bitch, please, my mother fucking re-dyes her hair a new colour every 2 fucking weeks. You know, like, what? They're not going to think shit. They were just like, oh, that's nice. You know, like, I don't care. I'm, luckily, for the most part, surrounded by the right kinds of people who are just like, oh, I like your hair, that's a nice colour. Pog. And we all, you know, supportive and shit. Oh, I hate people that do that shit. Who cares about what other people think? Just live your goddamn life, you know? Do what is real to you, you know? Why does it matter what other people think? My opinion should be the most important one. No, this is bigger than just you. You have to consider how it affects everyone, like your parents. If you marry a white man, everyone will think you're a self-hating Indian and your parents didn't raise you with correct values. It already looks bad enough that we'd let you quit Carnatic music because you wanted to play baseball. Well, you know what? If I had a kid in the future, and let's say, you know, me and my partner have a kid in the future, we have, like, a daughter who, let's say, marries a black man or something, right? I'd be like, alright, yeah, fair enough. Like, obviously when they're older, I mean. But yeah, I'd be like, yeah, fair enough, yeah, no problem, sure. You know, love is love. You, as long as they're a good person, that's all I give a shit about when it comes to, like, partners and stuff. You know, as long as they're a good person and they're not, like, an abusive dick, you know. That's all I care about, that they're a good person and they make the daughter or son or whatever happy, you know? And where was I going with this point again? Oh yeah, and if people were like, oh, but what will people think? I'd be like, that's my answer. I don't care what people think. They can fuck off. If they want to be judgmental assholes, I'll tell them to fuck off. You know, people care too much about what the wrong people think of them, you know? Like, I feel like you should only ever care about what the right people think of you. Like, if you're an asshole and someone calls you out to be an asshole, and there's someone that is someone near and dear to you, that's something that matters, you know? Anyway, I'm getting really distracted. So he asked me to give it my whole life in exchange for 10 seconds of approval from some aunties. Exactly, Dia gets it. I had to marry within my parents' requirements too. Oh, so this is one of those, I have to push my bullshit onto you now. Fuck you, Amma, you're such a dick. Just because you put up with mistreatment from them doesn't mean that I should put up from the same thing with you. I fucking love Dia. I love that Dia is just going off right now. Can we get a fucking round of applause for Dia? Like, holy I love this game. Jesus, I love these characters apart from Amma. Mistreatment? I turned out perfectly fine. This whole thing, this video is going to be like 6 hours long, and it's just going to be this scene. I hate when people say that. Like, oh, well, apologies for the trigger here, possibly, but child abuse trigger here or whatever. But like when someone's like, oh, well, my dad used to, I'm not saying my dad did this is just an example, but my dad beat the shit out of me when I was a kid or whatever. I turned out fine. I'm like, oh, right, yeah, you mean that alcoholic person who abuses his wife? Yeah, you turned out fine, didn't you? You know, people always say I turned out perfectly fine. Usually have a lot of shit wrong with them. They're just not brave enough to face it, I guess. But they do have things wrong with them. Everyone does to a degree. So saying that whole I turned out perfectly fine is usually a load of bullshit. You know, I know way too many people who have said that phrase to me before, and it's like, you did not turn out perfectly fine. You know, people are like, I turned out perfectly fine, and then that person is like a racist, homophobic piece of shit. I'm like, you did not turn out perfectly fine. Fuck off. Oh, God. God damn. Hello, yes, I would like to take the creator of this game to court over mental damages. This is affecting my mental well-being. I'm kidding, by the way. I don't think you turned out fine at all. Dia gets it. Your way of thinking about this, that's the way of thinking from Christian countries. No, it's just thinking normally, you know, because Christians are almost just as bad with that shit. They're like, no, you can't be dating anyone who's a different colour, that's outside of the religion, and stuff. You'd be surprised how your viewpoint is similar to some of the Christians that I've met before. Indians aren't like that. They're not so selfish. Well, this isn't India. I'm American, Mom. Well, I'm sorry. I thought this was America. I thought this was America, okay? I'm sorry. I thought this was America. What, you think you're white or something? Doesn't matter where you are, you're still Indian, you have to honour your culture. No, you fucking don't. No offence to anyone who has cultures out there. I have nothing against Indian culture, by the way. Some of the Indian people that I've met before have been some of the nicest people I've ever met before. You know, I think one of my mother's previous neighbours was actually an Indian family. And any time they had, like, things like Diwali going on, any, like, leftovers, they would actually distribute to people in the neighbourhood and be like, yeah, do you want some leftover food? We've got some leftover stuff. Would you like this? And it's like, oh, yeah, thank you very much. Always really, really lovely. But you don't have to respect your culture or any of that shit. I hate that older generations force their viewpoints onto you and tell you that you have to be just like them. They don't allow you to be yourself. And there's way too many parents, even outside of certain cultures, that don't understand that you are not them as well. You get like those mums and dads that are like, well, you have to be a mini-me, you have to be exactly like me. And then when you turn out being who I am, completely different from my mum and dad. Completely fucking different from my mum and dad. I'm basically the black sheep of the family. I'm totally different from everyone else in my family. You know? And where the fuck was I going with this? I just started ranting about something and I can't remember where I was up to with that conversation. But yeah, but even I get that, where people expect me to be the same as them or to function the same way as them, and I don't, and it just drives me up the wall when people don't understand that. Anyway, I'm getting really off topic, and I'm going to get off topic again in like 2 sentences, but let's see. Why do I have to follow the rules of a country I've never lived in before? As long as you're under our roof, you will. This is an Indian household. Could it be that my mom thinks people don't change because she doesn't change? It's like her opinions are frozen in time from 20 years ago when she left India. Yep. They never shifted to match the world around her. They're just stuck. A lot of older people are like that. That's why you get, there's a lot of conversations these days about older people being like, oh, these millennials complaining about the fact they can't buy houses and stuff like that. They just need to save money for like a couple of weeks and then they can afford a house like I did. Newsflash, inflation exists first of all, and also the economy is not the same as it was when you were younger in like the 1960s or whatever. So don't fuck off with that shit, you know what I mean? It's not my fault that you can't understand that there's this thing called time, and it moves on, you know? And the world changes with time. Like, God. They spend the rest of the drive home in stony silence. Oh, thank God. Now I can stop ranting. Oh my God, Jesus fucking Christ. I can have heart failure instead, apparently. That fucking scared me. Dia hits her alarms and flops back into bed. Mood. That's how I felt today getting up, so I was like, ugh. I got enough sleep today, I was just tired. Her morning routine includes lying in bed for 10 minutes thinking about how tired she is. Do it. Just do it. Suddenly a bedroom door squeaks open. I need to head out early today. Oh, I can at least say that's a nice colour. Here, I'll put your lunch into your backpack. Dia's blood runs cold as her mum unzips it. The card! I fucking knew it! She forgot about the card! Oh no, I'm so worried for Dia. I really, really would love if by the end of this game, if her mum is more understanding and maybe starts to realise that maybe she needs to think more about the way she is and be more understanding of her daughter and other people, and this all ends well. Because I'm nervous that this is going to end badly, and I'm scared, and I'm worried that, like, Min and, like, Dia's going to be, like, forced to break up with Min or something. Oh, God. She'll see the Valentine's Day card! Dia bolts upright and snatches the bag from her mother's grasp. I'll put it in myself. Why are you being so secretive? Can't even look in my own child's backpack anymore. Hey, that's a sacred place, alright? That's a sacred place. I can't tell you the amount of times I forgot that I left something like food in there and it went mouldy. And I did not want people to see that. Times when I like would put a sandwich in my bag, like I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna go around to a friend's house. I might pack myself a sandwich just in case I get hungry, and then I'd like go to a friend's house and they'd be like, you know, their mum would be like, oh yeah, I've just put in some burgers on for you know, for the guys or whatever. Do you want one? Oh yeah, okay, if it's not a problem, yeah, there you go. And then like sit there eating burgers, and I would completely forget that sandwich was even there. And then a whole weekend would pass, and I'd like go to like get my bag ready for school, and then I'd check and there'd just be like a mouldy sandwich. And I'm like, oh God, and would forget about it. That shit's sacred. You do not look in a kid's bag. Not a baby, she gets to have privacy too. Dia's mum sighs as Dia puts her bag lunch into her backpack. You know, it's really hurtful that you hide everything from me. Well, she has to hide everything from you because you don't understand her and you don't try to. You're so quiet. Wish you would talk to me like my friend's kids talk to them. My friend Son even tells them about the girls he likes. That's what Dia would be doing too if he would let her. He tells them everything. Makes me sad. Wish we had that kind of relationship. Then try harder, bitch. Try harder. You think I wanted it to be like this? I didn't just decide not to talk to you all on my own. What are you going on about? How are you not able to put two and two together? I want to be able to talk to you too. But I don't feel like I can. Every time I open up to you, I regret it. You always had some bad reactions to something I say. Huh? Like what? Like that? Like the time I told you about my friend and you said I wasn't allowed to talk to her anymore. What are you talking about? That never happened. I've had a similar experience to this. It's like, that never happened. I'm going to try and gaslight you into thinking it never happened. Yes, it did. After school, when I was in 3rd grade. 3rd grade? You really go through life collecting pointless grudges from years ago? Ah, ever the narcissist. Always trying to turn the blame back onto the other person when you've done something wrong. How can you use something I don't even remember to argue against me? How can two people perceive the same conversation so differently? To me, it was one of the worst memories of my life, one that still affects how I act around her every day. Mood! Mood, Dia! I fucking get you, Dia. I get you! But to her, it was an uneventful car ride. I need to give her a different example. You didn't only make mistakes in the past, you never changed. Like yesterday, I asked you if I could buy razors if we could get razors, and you lectured me about dating instead. I'm your mom, I'm supposed to say no when you want something that's bad for you. It's not bad for her though, shut the fuck up, you fucking brainwashed moron, Jesus Christ. If your parents won't tell you when you were doing something wrong, who will? That's the problem though, you're doing something wrong with your daughter. She's not doing anything wrong. You are the one that's doing wrong. I hate people who think they're right about everything and think that they're like always doing the best for someone when they're actually not. Ugh. Of course you're supposed to stop me from doing really bad things, but I feel like you think your only job as a parent is to lecture me every chance you frickin' see. Sometimes I just want to have a normal, not negative conversation. What do you want me to do? Just keep my opinion to myself? Yes! Shut the fuck up! Agree with everything you say. If I were your friend, sure, I could do that. That's not my role. I'm your mother. I'm supposed to help you. Tears well up in Dia's eyes from frustration. Oh great, not now. Hey, no, I can't argue with anyone without crying. For me, it's shaking. Like, uncontrollable shaking. It's like, ugh. You think you're helping me, but all you do is give me anxiety. I feel like every time I speak to you honestly, I'm punished for it. So me speaking my mind is punishing you? I hate people that are like that. Oh, I'm just speaking my mind. It's not my fault you're a fucking soft fucking idiot. Like, fuck you. How can you not allow me to say what I think? How do you think that makes me feel? I relate so heavily to this. Like, holy shit. To Dia, I mean. It's like, you don't care how your own daughter feels, but then you have the fucking nerve to turn around and be like, how do you think it makes me feel? I, self. Not you, me. It's all about me. Like, Christ. Both of them freeze as the doorbell rings.
It's Akarsha! Can't let it see me like this!
Yo! Dia flings the door open and darts past Akasha. Okay. Yo, homie, wait up. Dia ignores her and sprints down the sidewalk. The frenetic slap of flip-flops on concrete behind her gets louder and louder. Trying to simulate the noise. Sorry if it blew my audio. Hand grabs her forearm. Gotcha! Dia reluctantly slows to a stop and lets Akasha catch her breath. What's with you today? Fucking you see mold? I got in a fight with my mom. Dia wipes her tear-streaked face with a sniffle. She gave up her whole life for me. I'm the person she apparently loves most in the world. We can't even have a normal conversation without hurting each other. It's just sad. It takes a few seconds for Akasha to recover enough to choke out a response. Bro, that sucks. Do your parents know you're bi? Sorta. We haven't really had that conversation yet, but they definitely know I'm a little funky. You know what? I'm not saying I'm bi anymore. I'm saying I'm a little funky. That's fucking great. I love that. How do you think they'll react when you tell them? I don't know. Pretty open-minded, so I think they'll get over it. I feel like her dad would be like, cool. Alright. I don't know about her mum, though. I don't have a read on her mum yet. Lucky. My parents will freak out if I come out. But I feel like a bad gay person for hiding it. Why? Instead of trying to educate them, I'm living a lie. Dude, it's not your job to educate your parents if it'll ruin your life. Fucking preach. The gays aren't gonna come and arrest you. I wish they'd arrest me, you know what I'm saying? It's not bad to, like, worry about surviving first. Sooner or later, we're gonna get caught, though. We're so bad at keeping things secret. If I want to live with Min someday, it's gonna be impossible to hide. Especially since we're gonna move really far away. Huh? Where are you going? I don't know yet, but somewhere far from our parents, so she doesn't have to see them unless she wants to. When we do that, my parents will notice I'm gone too. Yeah, but by then you'll be an adult. They won't be able to stop you from doing anything. I know! Adulthood is kinda great for that. It's like the one good thing about adulthood. You know, like legit, if my own like parents were like, I don't like the girl that you're dating. They do like her, by the way. And I don't like how you're dressing. And I don't like the games that you're playing or whatever. And I'd just be like, and? What are you gonna do? Fucking ground me? Fuck off. You know what I mean? Like, screw you. Do what I fucking want. You are not the boss of me anymore. I live my own life now. Get over it. They'll still be really upset, and I don't want that either. They'll get over it eventually. Dealing with Desi parents is like the 5 stages of grief. Denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. Alright, 1 second. You know what? I'm gonna save just in case this somehow fucks up my game. I keep getting Steam pop-ups. Because Steam updated and then fucking decided to stay on. Even though I went off it. Anyway. You don't know that. My parents aren't like yours. Just checking. Alright, cool. Your parents really love you? Sometimes I question that. Yes. That's still the same. Might take ages, but they'll get over it eventually. Like, in baseball speak, you're not trying to hit a home run off a single pitch. It's more like a 9-inning baseball game. Gotta be in it for the long haul and wear them down over time. Is that the best I can hope for, though? I wish I were closer to my mom. Fucking same. Kinda. But it's hard to feel loved by someone who doesn't really know you. Fucking same. It's like our relationship was built on air. There's nothing there because she always loved a version of me that doesn't exist. When they're waiting at a crosswalk, Dia takes the chance to dig a tissue out of her pocket and blow her nose. It's not even like my parents were as bad as Min's. They're not violent or abusive. They try to support my interests. Mom was never trying to hurt me, she just doesn't know any better. In the grand scheme of things, I'm spoiled. I live in a nice house where Mom cooks me delicious food every day. But it still hurts to think about the kind of parents I could have had. Kasha smacks Dia on the back so they get into school. Come on, dude, cheer up. 10,000 gay people are born every second. Hell yeah. Rookie numbers, let's step that up. In the time since we left your house, 3 million gay people drew their first breath.
That can't be right. People were born that fast, the population would grow by billions every month.
Where'd you get those numbers from? I made them up for dramatic effect. She got them from the valuable source known as Akashapedia. It's like Wikipedia, but Akasha made it instead. Hey dear, do you think it's possible for a baseball player to mold her hair into a huge ball shape and use it to catch the ball? Akasha has shower farts, but instead of shower farts, it's just walking to school farts. That's her shower farts. Yes. Dia nods. Why not? Right? Make fielding grounders way easier. We just have to lie face down on the dirt and wait for the ball to roll in. Maybe our whole team should grow our hair out and try this. I feel like between this and the gene doping and min steroids idea, the sport of baseball isn't ready for us. Kasha grimaces us. I fucking pressed the spacebar by accident. My bad. Thank you for history briefs. Akasha grimaces as they reach their school campus. Alright. I had this huge cramp from chasing you earlier. God damn it. I'm all sweaty now too. Not my fault. Get in shape, biatch. Get good, scrub. I'm gonna go wash up. Take a tinkle.
Can you not say it like that?
Not say like what?
The tinkle thing?
You know, your Peter tingle. I made myself laugh at that. I don't fucking know why. The Peter tingle. I know she said tinkle, but it reminded me of that. Anyway, too descriptive. Unfortunately, Akasha is already out of earshot and saunters off without answering. She opens her locker and then comes up behind her. Good morning. I don't know how to pronounce this, unfortunately, but this is cool. Ah, I've been typing that phrase a long time ago. It means hi in Korean. Maybe she's touched that. I still remember it. Alright, 1 second. 1 second. I can't actually turn the music down for this properly, so I'm just gonna do something real quick. Alright, hopefully this picks up. I don't know if it will. I'm gonna minimize just in case.
안녕.
Apparently that's what that just said. I think. I pulled up Google Translate. Because I was curious. That doesn't look like what it says on the screen though. I guess it's not a direct translation of hi, it's maybe like hello or something like that. Maybe. I'm not sure. But either way, actually, can I try hello? Hello? Is it me you're looking for? Okay, that doesn't look the same either. I don't know. I'm confused. Hello is...
안녕하세요.
Alright. Cool. Anyway. That was a little cameo from Google Translate, I suppose. Let's get that music... Oh god. Let's get the music back up though. There we go. Then... Gotta go back to the brief because I skipped again. Maybe she's touched that I still remember it. Probably. Dia laces their hands together. Got a bit of a accidental bit of spit on my screen. That's gross. Ew.
I like teaching each other all about these phrases. It's like a secret code.
Yeah, we can say romantic stuff without other people knowing.
Like spies.
Min brings Dia's hand to her lips and presses a kiss to her knuckles.
Min is so romantic, she's like a prince.
Suddenly, Dia realizes how close a view Min is getting of her hand. I have hair on my hands and fingers, she's gonna see it. Dia frantically clenches her hand out of Min's grip. Huh? Oh, my backbone hurts so bad right now. What's wrong? I guess Min likes me so much, nothing bad's gonna happen if I tell her. There's hair on my hands and I didn't want you to see. Min looks utterly dumbfounded.
What?
They're hairy, my arms too. When I wear short sleeves, you can see it even from far away. Really? Huh, I never noticed. I thought Min of all people would have noticed. She spends so much time just staring at me. I'll show you, my leg here is even worse. Dia nervously rolls up one of her leggings to reveal her hairy legs. I mean, yeah, I see it now, but it's just hair. I'm glad you're not grossed out by it. It still might make me feel better to shave it. I won't stop you, but you really don't have to. You're drop-dead gorgeous with or without it. Min is me with Jess all the time, and vice versa. I'm like, oh my god, I look hideous today. Jess is like, babe, I'd bang you in a heartbeat, okay? And I'm just like, she doesn't actually say that, but still, the sentiment though. Like, think about those poodles you like. You know the ones with curly hair? Carpet dogs. Yeah, whatever you want to call them. They have fur all over their legs too, don't they? Doesn't it look so bad and weird when people shave their legs bare? Yeah. How's your leg hair any different? It's just a normal part of you. It doesn't make you any less cute. Guess that kind of makes sense. Makes total sense! It's the other way around that doesn't make sense. It really pisses me off when I notice all the crap the world tries to force on girls. Min fucking gets that shit. Hell yeah. Obviously, I can't fully relate myself, just to say, but like, I understand because I have talked to girls about this kind of stuff, and the way that the world views them and puts value on them, you know. Me and Jess talk about this kind of stuff all the time. It's good to understand and it's good to learn. Min gets really fired up when she talks about this stuff. Like this leg and armpit shaving shit, and making them think you have to like pink and have long hair, and if you have a brother like I do, the difference is really obvious. It's all fake. Min is so smart. Thanks. I feel a little better now. Good. I know it makes fun of you for it. I mean, I'll be really mean to them. No one's around right now. I really want to kiss her. Dia leans in and Min catches her lips in a fierce kiss. When they break apart, Min looks very proud of herself. Notice anything different? That was a really nice kiss, but I have no idea what she's talking about. The smoking! I got rid of the rest of the cigarettes. You threw them away? No way, I sold it to some junior for 15 bucks. Smart. Entrepreneur right here. That's not good. Well, at least it's not me smoking them anymore. I mean, that is true. Was it hard to quit? I mean, it's not like I was addicted, so it wasn't that bad. I was a little worried she wouldn't listen, but now that she did, I almost feel a little guilty. Thank you. But I feel a bit bad that I made you change just for me. Huh? You didn't make me do anything. I decided to quit because I figured it'd make me happier if I got to kiss you more. That's a fair point. Noelle kept sending me these annoying as fuck studies, gloating that she was gonna live longer than me too. Sounds like Noelle. Honestly, it was worth it just to make her shut up about it. But still, if you weren't dating me, you wouldn't have quit. I guess not. But isn't that what people mean when they say a couple's good for each other? Like they bring out the best in each other. Oh, I guess people do say that too. I'm happy that you quit. I think I'm not used to being listened to like this. I mean, it'd be a pretty shitty girlfriend if I didn't care about something. I care when something was bothering you. I know you'd do the same for me. That's true. Can't believe that worked. I'm glad I said something. Isn't it common sense that you can't change people? Huh? That sounds so cynical. Sometimes it does happen. Sometimes you want someone to change and they won't. I mean, I guess it is technically true. You can't change people. All you can do is tell them just tell them how they make you feel, and then it's up to them to change. Some people will make that leap for you, but others won't. Some just straight up won't listen to how you feel, and instead just go, no, that's not how you feel. You feel this way, and then proceed to just tell you who you are, even though that's not who you are. My experience. Yeah, I think I just need to make my peace with that. I'll always make that leap for you. Even if it was from a car to a truck while they're still driving really fast, like in the Matrix. That sounds scary. I hope that never happens. But I won't get hurt at all, though. I'd look really badass doing it. You already look badass doing normal stuff like pitching. Why this? Dia's heart rate quickens with excitement as Min pulls her into another kiss. Dia shudders as Min slips a hand up her shirt, sliding her warm palm across the small of her back. I was wondering where the fuck that was going then. I was like, you know what I mentioned in I think it was like the previous one or whatever, where Min was like, boobies, right? I thought that was being taken serious for a second. I was like, whoa, Min. What the fuck? Is this okay? Min's hand is hot against her bare skin. Once you get over the initial shock of it, it feels quite nice. Want me to stop? Dia shakes her head, hiding her burning face in the crook of Min's neck. Min withdraws her hand, looking uncertain. I'm not gonna do it unless you say you want me to. I just need to spit it out. It's not fair to always make her guess whether I'm having fun or not. Even if she's good at it, I need to help her out sometimes. It's just Min, nothing bad's gonna happen. Please don't stop. A wicked grin crosses Min's face, sending a rush of heat through Dia's body. Good, then I won't. May I please get my fucking textbooks? I've been here for 20 minutes! You're blocking the locker. Oh, sorry. That evening, Dia is doing her homework when her bedroom door opens. Oh, look at the dog calendar in the background. I actually saw a dog similar to that today, like a big giant fluffy dog. I was like, oh my god, it's like a marshmallow. Like a fluffy cloud. Her mum silently places a bowl of sliced mango on Dia's desk and leaves the room. No, bitch, you get in here and you fucking say you're sorry. You're not getting away with the fruit version of this time. Dia nibbles on the fruit and continues working on her assignment. Oh, chapter change. Alright, I did not expect that. I thought that was going to go on a bit longer. A Min chapter. Alright, cool, cool. It would have been cool regardless of who it picks, let's be honest. Going back to, oh, going to Florida. Florida. Alright, cool. Well, guess in that case, I'll save on an extra. I'll save different slots every time. It's something I learned with content creation. It's always a good idea to save on separate slots if you can, for any game that you play, because then if something happens to the video, if something happens to episode 5 of this game, and it gets corrupted, or you lose the upload, or it doesn't like finish recording, or whatever, something goes wrong with that file, you're fucked. You can't get that back, and you just have to skip over it and keep going, which can be a problem. But if you've got that backup though, if you've got those saves there, you can just load the game and re-record that episode. Obviously without like the fun reactions and stuff, but it's still a good idea. Anyway, but yeah, that was Butterfly Soup 2 episode 2. What a fucking wild ride. I don't know how long this is going to be overall. Maybe another couple of videos. I think like maybe 2 more videos, 1 or 2 more videos. I assume that we're getting a Min chapter now, and then we'll probably finish up probably on a Noelle chapter, unless it goes from Noelle back to like Akasha or someone else, you know, unless it switches back to another person again. I assume we've got 2 more chapters, so probably about 2 more videos left. But anyway, let me know what you think about Butterfly Soup 2 in the comments section down below. But thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Pip pip toodaloo! Hell yeah.